Boom! What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, Tiger Fitness Fade. Man, I gotta admit, I'm a news junkie. I subscribe to Huffington Post. I subscribe to everything, the Wall Street Journal. I read the Drudge Report, and believe it or not, I also have the Blaze, which is Glenn Beck, who he's entertaining, but I think he's a little over the top for me. He's a little bit crazy, right? And that's where I found this article, and I got his email. He had a mass email today. His muscles are among the largest in the world, but they aren't a result of weightlifting or plastic surgery. And it has a picture of this guy, Arlindo the Mountain de Souza from Brazil, has the largest arms in the world by injecting a cocktail of mineral oil and alcohol into his arms. Now, he's also put these in his traps. And I'm gonna just post a clip of the video right in a second, and you can see how fucking absurd this is. And I didn't want to do a video because my friggin' voice is gone, and God forbid something goes viral, I have a bad, sounds like I have a dick in my mouth or something, which I probably did earlier, but not that I can recall. I was a little bit drunk. And just take a look right here.
Beefcake Arlindo de Souza's supersized 29-inch biceps are among the biggest in the world. But they're actually fake, and a result of him pumping vast amounts of oil into his body.
Cada vez quando eu tomava, eu queria mais. Para mim não tinha limite.
Okay, now, where do I begin? You see him go on about, he likes the attention, he likes this, he likes that, and there's even someone in the interview, I'll link it below if I didn't put it in the interview clip I had, I want to keep it short, that girls like this and they think it's cool. Now, this gets a little bit further. See, I'm a purist for bodybuilding. Now, a lot of people say, well, if steroids are legal in bodybuilding, why can't Synthol be legal in bodybuilding? And it should. It should, but it should be downgraded. You should get graded down for having obvious Synthol injections in your body. I'm not a fan of Synthol. For example, nothing works unless you do, right? You can inject all the steroids in the world. You're not going to get great results if you don't train hard and eat correctly. How many of you guys know that guy at the gym who takes a shitload of steroids, trains decent, and he eats like shit, and you can't even tell he fucking lifts? I can think of like 13 over at the fucking Elgin LA Fitness that I can point out right now. Then you got the guys who take a little bit of juice like the pros. Yes, they take way less. Dude, trust me, ever since I put out that video, a lot of pros have come to me and told me what they do, and I don't just go to dinner with fucking Jay Cutler and say, hey bro, what's your cycle? You can tell me. No, I mean, but a lot of pros, I'm not gonna mention any names, even this weekend in Australia and at the Arnold came up to me and thanked me and told me what they're really on. And to be dead honest with you, I am flabbergasted that they're doing even less than I thought they were doing, and these guys have no reason to lie. I've already done the fucking video. I have 100,000 views. I have no reason to fucking lie. But I did piss off a lot of people with poor genetics who do a hell of a lot of steroids, or a lot of naturals who are really fucking jealous of people on steroids. Synthol, the whole 3cc, 3cc, 3cc phenomenon, I just can't get behind. First of all, it's probably the creep factor. It just scares me putting that much really thick oil directly into the muscle belly. That just really just creeps me out a little bit. And that's one thing I'm looking at. Another thing is, you're not building the muscle. See, steroids, you actually have to work. You have to, I don't know, train. You have to eat right. Synthol is just stretching the fascia or whatever, putting oil in the muscle. It requires no training, it requires no dedication. All it requires is a needle and the ability to withstand the pain of really thick fucking oil going into your muscle. Okay? It is what it is, man. I mean, it's just like going to the doctor and getting a flu shot, except with really thick fucking oil, right? I don't know. I've never done it. I can't tell you. But I gotta say that I'm not a big fan, but what scares me, and I've seen a lot of videos, Louis Marco, if you guys know his channel, he's done some videos on it, and Louis is a bit over the top natural. I mean, going so far as to call out fake natties and this and that and that and this. But at the end of the day, dude, I mean, Louis had a good video on it. These guys in Brazil just injecting themselves, not sterilizing the injection site, dancing around, doing the Synthol. And I think it's become an issue where they see quick, easy gains. And we're in a fast food society where people can't even fucking get out of their car to get a fucking Big Mac. You apply that to people who have an affinity towards muscle growth, who want to build big muscle. You have this oil that automatically grows their arms like this douchebag here. And you know, it's going to look bad. Now, I am a libertarian. I'm all about personal responsibility. If it's your body, I don't give a fuck what you want to do about it. But my fear is that kids will somehow think that this douchebag looks, I don't understand how that this douchebag looks good. And they're like, well, yeah, he did this, he did this. No, it's not a good thing, guys. I implore, just as I do, people who do not have a full footing in what they want to achieve out of bodybuilding and don't have a medical reason, one of the two. If you really want to dedicate yourself to advanced athletics and or bodybuilding and you have safely and effectively chosen a route and you choose to do steroids, I'm not going to fault you for it. If you're medically inclined to do steroids, if your doctor says you need it, steroids are very applicable in health overall. And I believe it helps in the aging process for a lot of men. However, I cannot condone the use of Synthol. I just can't think of any fathomable way to say, okay, this is a great thing to do. Do it right now. And again, you read this article, usually it's full of blasphemy and bullshit. It's actually a well-presented article where they're like, hey, you know, you could get an abscess and your arm can be amputated. And that's a very real concern. So I did say fuck a lot in my last video on steroids. A lot of people commented I overused the word fuck, and I would have said fuck more if I had more of a voice, but I'm trying to conserve my words. But nonetheless, I just wanted to point out that this is not a good thing. This guy's actually wearing a Ziz shirt on one of these pictures. It's impressive. This is not a good thing. It's not something to emulate. And again, kids, if you're looking at getting into bodybuilding, I recommend staying natural as long as you can, at least into your early 20s, 22, 23 years old, and then decide if going to the next level is what you want to do in your life and if it's worth the risks. And do a Benjamin Franklin chart where you weigh up the pros and the cons of going on steroids. Now, if you have a medical thing, you know, and you want to take your medical prescription and up the dose a little bit, that's up to you to decide what's a safe and healthy and effective way to do it, and if it aligns with your overall goals in life and what you choose to accomplish. Anyway, that's it. I really appreciate it. It just saddens me to see things like this because this is just absurd, and I hope to God that no one sees this in a positive light. But anyway, this is by far the most absurd thing I've ever seen. Synthol gone wrong. I'm Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. Man. Man, because having 40-inch or 29-inch arms and a 15-inch chest, that's not a game.